Today, other interesting political news, you have Rand Paul roasting the Ukraine $60 billion plus bill going viral on his Twitter account. And the video is about 7 minutes long. We'll play the first minute or two. But Rand Paul says, quote, on the Senate floor, I told the Ukraine First senators they should put the criminal migrant who assaulted the policeman and flipped off America on the cover of their terrible bill, unquote. And for Rand Paul, this went especially viral, to say the least, when compared to his other post. Within 24 hours, this got 1 million views and 34,000 likes. Now I was going to kind of looking historically at most of his posts. Most of his posts on X Twitter get between usually 100 to 400,000 views. It's probably a good average for most of them. So, especially for him, this went viral, to say the least. And let's go ahead and we'll play a minute or two here.
Often the titles of bills before the legislature don't really represent what the bill stands for. The title of this bill should say, Ukraine First, America Last, because that's what this is really about. Now, bills in the legislature, bills that come before the Senate, don't have pictures or covers on them like a book would have or a magazine. But if this bill had an image or a cover on the front of the bill, the image would be the migrant in New York who assaulted a police officer, was freed from jail on no bail, and gave the middle finger of both hands to America. Literally. That's what this bill is. It's the middle finger to America. This bill is the middle finger to every working man and woman in America, every struggling American family. This bill gives them the middle finger and says, we don't care about you. We care more about Ukraine than we care about our southern border. We don't seem to care, or these Ukraine firsters don't seem to care about the crime that's happening. They don't seem to care about the assault of a police officer in New York. They're intent on more coming in. Just that one image of that man, that migrant, that illegal immigrant who came across the border and decided to assault with a whole group of other thugs to assault a police officer in New York, just that image alone ought to be enough for us to say enough's enough. Enough's enough. We really have to control our border. Guess what? From now on, the only people who come to America are legal immigrants. But this bill ignores the southern border. Almost 1 million people came over the border in the last 3 months. Almost 1 million people. And the Ukraine firsters are saying, we don't care about the southern border. We care about Ukraine first. And so the picture, the image that every American should have when they see all of these billions of dollars, $60 billion, being shoveled out the door, being loaded on the plane, as you see these smiling politicians gleefully dropping off the pallets of cash over there, every American should remember the image of the young man giving America the bird after he assaulted a police officer. That's the image of this bill. That's the image of the Ukraine firsters, and nobody should forget about it. When we look at the problems that we face, we need to be fully aware that there is no pot of money. There is no surplus funds. There is no money to give to Ukraine. We don't have enough money to pay our bills. We do not have enough money to pay for we budget every year. In fact, the entire budget that Congress votes on is borrowed. Let me make that very clear. The entire budget, not a little bit of it, not half of it, the entire budget is borrowed.
Now, the issue is, DC doesn't care. So, we care because most people, I assume, who tune into the show are fiscally responsible. We work hard, we pay our bills on time. That's quite the antithesis of our politicians, who not only do they not pay bills on time, but more often than not, they're just swiping the credit card, they're just having China pay for things. And racking up the national debt to over, what was it up to? I think it just passed, or is about to pass, was it $44 trillion? Let's go to U.S. debt calculator. which is a depressing thing to check out since it just exponentially goes up and never goes down. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I don't know why I thought 44. Maybe I was looking at the future. It's actually 34 still. $34 trillion that Democrats and Republicans have managed to get us into debt. And it's a quite depressing infographic, usdebtclock.org. And it shows you, how much the debt per citizen is, and it quite literally is going up every single second. And it'll be interesting to see if there's ever a modicum of, intelligence or fiscal responsibility in politics. Rand Paul seems to be, I obviously have a preference for him. I think he has some exceptional policies and track record. It'll be interesting to see if any of the politicians ever really, do they wake up and start to care about it? Because the bill will come due. We might even have to just sell off Hawaii or something like that. But it's not good for our country, especially national security. And I can't help but think if more people realize, the U.S. does not have money. We have massive debt. We have less money every single day. And we just borrow more and more, making the situation worse and worse and worse. So, maybe perhaps I'm alone with this assessment. Maybe everyone in the comments is going to ratio Rand Paul and lambast him for critiquing this bill. I mean, probably not, but let's dive in the comments and find out. One of the first comments comes from Elon Musk, and he simply says 100%, and he got 4.4 thousand likes. See here. Someone by the name of The Rabbit Hole. Now, this person says, "There's your image, Rand. Keep up the good fight." And is a picture of that illegal alien flipping off the cameras when, again, he did break into the country, assault a police officer, and then was let out without bail. Interesting. They got 455 likes. Killuminati AI says, quote, "They should put this on their cover." And there's a picture of a man with a child on his lap. And the child's face has been replaced with Zelensky, who's the dictator, alleged president of Ukraine. And they said, the text is, when TurboTask asks if you have any dependents. And again, he did cancel elections as well as jail his political opponents, as well as shut down churches. He said they might have an election if the U.S. pays for it. Might. Interesting. I got 271 likes. Let's see here. Nan Lee says, quote, "Thank you, Rand Paul. You're one of very few who represents and advocates for we the people," getting 275 likes. John Sword, he says, quote, "Tell anyone, Democrat or Republican, that this bill gets a yes vote, they'll be voted out," unquote. And he has a Photoshop picture of Joe Biden putting some type of presidential accommodation or reward over the neck of the gentleman who, again, broke into the United States, assaulted a police officer, was let out of jail scot-free, basically. And is dual flipping off. So that got 228 likes. Let's see here. D-Max says, quote, or actually has a meme of, is it Xi Jinping holding Biden an address? And Xi Jinping says, "Nothing can stop us now, darling." And Biden is saying, "I love you, my little fortune cookie." And that got 77 likes for that. I believe the youth called it a meme, or a meme, as some might say. Let's see here. Jay says, quote, "Rand Paul is one of only few fighting for the American people. We see and support you," getting 395 likes. Hey, here's some contrarian statements. You have Joey Bonanno says, quote, "The bill will pass and America will defend democracy," unquote, getting 14 likes. Though I don't think, again, shutting down churches, banishing certain religions, stopping elections, jailing political opponents, I don't really think that's democracy. Perhaps this person just doesn't know definitions or terms or logic. Let me see here. First Word says, quote, "Perfect, that's the crowd they're representing," unquote, getting 43 likes. And, yeah, they seem to be doing a lot for their interest and not very much for our interest. Let's see here. Trying to see if there's more contrarian statements. They seem to be overwhelmingly supportive of Rand. See here. They also killed an American journalist, the Ukraine government. I don't think that's a good thing, but that's just me. See here. Critically Independent says, quote, "They found a mass grave of civilians in Ukraine, and you're over here whining about illegals," unquote, getting 11 likes. Let's see here. A lot of people, let's see here. Yo said had a juxtaposition of two pictures. One is a gentleman in a black and white picture holding, I looks like be materials, like he's moving to America in the 1930s, and it says immigrant, and it's juxtaposed to the gentleman flipping off the camera who again broke into the country, assaulted a police officer, and was let out of jail scot-free with no bail, and the term above him is illegal. And in true class, he is wearing a Lakers t-shirt. Let's see here. So it seems to be overwhelming positive support for Rand Paul. And yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. It would be fantastic if Trump chose him as a VP, I believe. Because it'd be great to get some libertarian ideals and thoughts out there and give him some actual traction. Now, granted, what are the odds of that? Probably pretty darn small. But a wise pilot once said, never tell me the odds. So it'll be interesting to see how this hot topic continues to go out. And given the track record of the United States, I mean, if I were a gambling man, I'd say the money's going to go there no matter what people say. And it'll take people to be more actively involved in politics and actually vote people out or even primary them themselves, get involved. But if I were a gambling man, I'd say the money's probably going to be sent. Thank you, everyone, again, for taking the time to tune in, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of February. So if you click that like button and subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, sharing with your friends is a great way to help out the YouTube magical algorithm. Also, and lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.